You may have wondered if a person can actually make some money on YouTube if you're catering to a small niche of people. And I have one of the smallest niches you can think of, but I have 38,000 subscribers, and I'm going to talk to you today about how you can get sponsors and affiliate marketing and Patreon and things like that, and in addition to Google AdSense. And I'll give you a really good idea how much money you can make on YouTube, even if you have a very small audience that you are marketing to. And here's one of the great things about being a YouTuber and making money off of YouTube. You can go where you want and work from where you want. I'm in the Chiricahua Mountains of southern Arizona right now. It's 75 degrees here, and it's below zero back home in Minnesota. So you don't have to be an expert, although it really helps if you really know your business. The other way to there's two ways to do this. First of all, you can be an expert, or secondly, you can learn as you go and take people along on your learning journey and just show them the mistakes that you make, and they can learn right along with you. But if you want your channel to grow quickly, it's going to be a lot better if you really know what you're talking about and you are able to present the information in an engaging way that keeps people watching and gives them the information they need. You'll learn that some of the worst things that can happen to you on your YouTube videos is to have people quit right in the middle of your video or early in the video, or skip ahead and skip over the boring parts, because the algorithm is focused very, very much on how much watch time each video gets. And if they're going to show the video to more people, it's going to be because people start watching your video and they're engaged with it and they watch till the end. So you're going to have a pretty engaging personality, and just come across, I guess, in a way that people would say, I could just hang around a campfire with that guy or whatever. And you have to keep the videos moving and produce really good information in a manner that doesn't cause people to get bored. You have to communicate effectively and minimize the pauses where you say and things like that. And you can jump cut those out in editing, but it really does help if you can communicate in a positive way. And I learned 30-40 years ago that I was a good storyteller, which has really helped me on YouTube. I was an outdoor writer. I wrote for hunting and fishing magazines starting in 1990, and wrote 1,000 magazine articles and 17 books, and so I became a very good communicator before YouTube even became a thing, and before the magazine market really dried up, and I just kind of rebranded myself as a YouTuber. And now, to help understand how small this niche is that I'm in, I started out my YouTube channel basically as a do-it-yourself public land deer hunting channel to help people find white-tailed deer on public land and give them strategies and methods of how to hunt deer. Then I also had some bear hunting content. Well, about 10 years ago, there started to be more and more of the deer hunting content really exploded on YouTube, and some of the people were younger than me, and they're doing a great job, and they're very engaging, and they took a lot of the audience away from that, but my bear hunting content continued to grow and grow and grow, and so I focused more on the bear hunting content. Now, that's a pretty small niche in itself, but you have to realize there's quite a few different methods of hunting bear, and there are 29 states and provinces that use baiting bear as a bear management tool. My focus has been on baiting bears, and this channel is primarily about that. And I've had some outliers. I've had some viral videos that didn't really fit the bear hunting information, and I'll talk more about how that helped or did not help later. But if you want to look at the total audience of what this channel is, basically you're looking at about 250,000 people in North America that hunt black bears with bait each year. So that's a very tight niche, a very tight audience, and a lot of those people don't watch YouTube. And so you look at 38,000 subscribers on this channel. Most of those people are serious bear hunters, and I position myself as a leader through YouTube, and that's how this channel has been successful. So let's talk about the ways that you can actually make money on YouTube. And of course, the first one is the Google AdSense. And once your channel's monetized, then Google sells ads, and they give you about 60% and they keep about 40%, and that varies from channel to channel, but that's a typical place to start. And you have to have a lot of views to really get any kind of serious money. And there are some people out there with broad audiences that are making millions and millions of dollars on YouTube. And you could think, you know, I have this tight niche, but take a look at other options that might be like golf or fishing or knitting or quilting. There are some pretty big niches that you could be involved in, and there's room for a lot of people in them if you have a good personality, if you're able to provide good information. So for me, with 38,000 subscribers, I produce pretty much one video a week. My AdSense generates between $500 and $1,000 a month. Now, I've had some videos that were outliers that did really well, but generally we're looking at, you know, I suppose a round number of an average would be about $800 a month in the AdSense itself. So obviously, to produce a video a week and all of the time and energy that goes into that and the equipment, it wouldn't really be worth it for that. So here's where the other stuff comes in, and this is what makes a huge difference. First of all, sponsorships make a big difference. And if you want to get into sponsorships, then find the companies that you already like their products and you already use their products, and approach them about being a part of your YouTube channel. And a lot of times they'll start out by giving you some product, and you can use that product on your videos. And then you have to move the needle, I guess is the way to put it. They have to see some sales, they have to like what you're doing, they have to value the relationship with you, and then there's potential that someday that you're going to get a paycheck in addition to some product. Now, the product sponsorships are great, but you can't make a living on them. At times you can get enough stuff that you would be able to sell some of it and turn some of it into cash, but you know, just like if you got a fishing channel, you can't take rods and reels to the grocery store to feed your family. You got to figure out how to monetize that into cash, or you got to get a paycheck from the sponsors. And now, if you look at my sponsors, I've been with them for many, many years, and they're products that I already use. They're products of companies that I trust, and I believe in their stuff, and they pay me a paycheck to represent them, and I'm a representative of them. And that doesn't mean that I basically go out and really push hard on the companies. You know, you'll see me using products, but I don't want any video to be like an infomercial. And in fact, a lot of my videos where I've done product reviews, they haven't done very well if I'm just doing a product review. Unless you got a product review channel, then you're probably not going to get as many views when you actually just cover a product. So you're better off to just use the product every day and show it on video. And if you're successful and you're producing good content, people like you and they trust you, then they're going to want to use the products that you use, and that's what makes this whole thing work. So if you want to go with sponsorships, you first want to kind of flesh the companies out. Talk to them ahead of time and say, you know, where can I get to here? You know, I had a company that I was getting 4 bows a year, and these bows are worth about $1,200, and I was getting 4 a year, and I could convert 3 of them into cash, or I would use them as prizes to help grow the YouTube channel. And then of course I would use one for myself, and I would sell it at the end of the year and get a new one, and I'd get 4 different bows a year. But that was pretty much the top end of what I was ever going to get from this company. They've got some really famous hunters out there that have TV shows videos and have a huge online presence, and they're getting a lot of cash from this company. And basically where I'm at, all I was ever going to get was those bows. But you can also look at other things, like you got optics, and you got your bows, you got your arrows, tree stands, your scent killing products, and scents and lures, and there's all of those types of things that are associated with a hunting channel that you could get engaged with and build up to the point where you get a check from them. You need to talk to them ahead of time and say, you know, what's kind of the top end of what we can do here? If all I'm ever going to do is get a bunch of bottles of lure, you can't make a living at that, so you might want to reconsider. Another way that you can make money is by interrupting your video with an ad, and a company will pay you so much to advertise their product and do a 30-second or a 60-second ad. And I haven't done that. I don't like that because, I guess the number one reason is I feel like it hurts the trust of my viewers, and secondly, it gives the viewer an opportunity to click off your video, and it can really hurt your engagement. So until you're starting to get maybe like 100,000 views per video, I would stay away from that. That's my personal opinion. And of course, with the sponsorships, you want to avoid competing sponsors. You don't want to go to one company and then use a different company's products and back and forth. No company wants to get ambushed, and you're probably just going to lose them both. Okay, there's also affiliate marketing, where you probably watched a video and a person's using a product and he says, I'll leave a link for this product in the video description below, and it's a link to Amazon. And what happens is, if you go to that link and you click on it and you buy that product, that YouTuber gets a small commission from that. Amazon is one company that will do that. There are others. Now, there's also direct affiliates, which is what I do with Huntworth Gear. You've seen my code that I give you on the videos. If you want to buy Huntworth clothing, you go to huntworthgear.com, you buy something, use that code at checkout. And I love the way this works because everybody wins. I get a commission, you get 20% off, and Huntworth gets a sale. So everybody wins. These direct affiliate links are really a good way to help people on your YouTube channel. You're rewarding your viewers for being supporters of you, and also you're rewarding your sponsors. So those direct affiliate links are a really good way to do it. Now, two things that I haven't done yet are Patreon, which is a way that people can actually pay a small amount, like say $4.99 a month, to get special perks from the YouTube channel. And I've considered doing that. I might at some point, where you actually get first access to the video. You get to see it before everybody else gets to see it. Or maybe I do a live discussion or something like that, and only the Patreon subscribers get to view the live discussion and get their questions answered or whatever. And another one is channel memberships. There's quite a few different ways that YouTube can allow people to help out the YouTubers that they like, and memberships are another one of those. I haven't done any of those things, but as your YouTube channel grows, it's probably worth doing those. So I mentioned the fact that I've had some videos that went viral. Now, I've got a couple videos that are well over 1 million views, 2 million. I got one that's 7.5 million views, and these are kind of a double-edged sword, because the one that went viral is a video that doesn't really match most of the videos that I do, and I've got a lot of subscribers off of that, but those subscribers don't necessarily watch the other videos that I produce. It's nice to make quite a bit of money off those viral videos, but then it also doesn't help your engagement, because, you know, maybe you got 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers you got off of a video that got 7.5 million views, but they're not typically subscribers that would watch your normal everyday content. And the way you really grow your YouTube channel is by finding people that really like what you're doing, that just tune in and they watch every video and they watch it from beginning to end, and that's how you're going to grow the channel. And if that happens, everything else will fall into place. You'll get your sponsors, you'll get your memberships, you'll get your affiliate marketing, and you'll get your YouTube ad revenue, and you'll be a successful YouTube channel and have the freedom to do the things that you like to do So I'll tell you that between my sponsorships and the affiliate marketing partnerships that I have, that totals about $15,000 a year. So between the YouTube AdSense and the affiliate marketing and the sponsorships, you can't make a full-time living off of it with a channel the size that this one is. You got to have another source of income. I've got a couple other sources of income that supplement this, but I'm making enough money on this to make it worthwhile and keep providing people with good quality content, and I enjoy it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.